What's up, guys? Joey McKernan here with the Equip Show, highlighting nonprofits, and I'm here with Emily Moser from Ronald McDonald House Charities.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Got it. And I'm excited. I'm excited to learn about them. I've heard your name many times, but I am learning a little bit about you guys. So, Emily, how about share a little bit about yourself? When did you get involved? And tell us like the 10-second elevator speech.
Absolutely.
Only 10 seconds.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Count
I'm
it
just
down,
kidding.
man.
I'm just kidding.
I'm Emily Moser. I am the Director of Corporate Giving for the Ronald McDonald House Charities in Omaha. This August will be my 9-year anniversary with the house. I know.
Yay.
It's been awesome. I've seen a lot of growth and changes and really fun things with the house, so it's been
Awesome.
great. Yeah.
That's great.
So elevator pitch. 10
Elevator
seconds.
pitch, 10
Okay.
seconds.
So Ronald McDonald House Charities in Omaha is a home away from home for critically ill children and their families who have to travel to Omaha to receive world-class medical treatment and care. So it doesn't matter to us what your diagnosis is or your socioeconomic status,
Yeah.
anything like that. If you are being seen by a doctor in Omaha at any of the hospitals, you can stay with us if you live at least 35 miles away or more.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of families that are traveling into Omaha
Yes.
that are sick or their children are sick.
Children.
and
Yep.
That can stay with you for a little bit.
Exactly.
That's so good.
Yeah, our patients are newborn through 21 years old, so we do see the young kiddos come through. And the way that we set up the house is that we really want to encourage your support system to come with you. And so our rooms are set up with 1, 2, or 3 beds.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just mom and patient that comes, but sometimes it's mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, and 3 siblings.
Yeah.
And so we want to encourage you to bring your support system because we just feel like it helps the healing journey for not only the patient, but the whole family too.
Yeah. That's awesome. You know,
Yeah.
my wife has a nephew, I'm trying to think how they're related, nephew, and they live in Broken Bow, Nebraska, and they would come to Omaha a ton. And that's hard.
That's a long journey.
Tell us a little bit about that. Like
Yeah.
maybe something us Omahans that we drive 14 minutes north and we're at the hospital, what kind of challenges do families have in that situation and how stressful that can be on
Yeah,
a family?
we have a lot of our patients are chronic kiddos. So they've been diagnosed at usually a young age. And they get that diagnosis because they have been to all of their hospitals in their hometown and no doctors can figure out what's going on.
Sure.
So they end up here in Omaha. Maybe it's Nebraska Medicine, maybe it's Children's, maybe it's one of our other hospitals. And they end up staying with us for a pretty long period of time. And so our average length of stay is about 28 days.
Wow.
However, it's hard because we also have families that stay with us for up to 10 months
Sure.
or 12 months or longer. And so those families face a lot of trauma and challenges.
Yeah.
Not only are they learning something totally new with now their critically ill child, but they now have to face, do we leave the other kids at home with a family member?
Right.
Do one of us as parents, do one of us have to stay home to continue to work? Should I step away from my job? What about our mortgage? I mean, the list kind of really gets long very fast when you think about the journey that these families have had to take and make in order to be there for your child. I mean, if you're a parent, you know that when your child just has the flu or something, you would do anything to make them feel better.
Yeah.
So the fact that now it's elevated to a spot where they've had to travel hundreds of miles just for somebody to say, this is what's going on, it really just puts a different perspective on their journey.
That's so, and I'm assuming, are most of the families coming from all over Nebraska into Omaha? Is that kind of how it works?
We get families from everywhere.
Everywhere?
Last year, I believe 43% of our families were from Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah, so we're the only house in the state, so we are serving the whole state.
Wow.
And the reason that we're in Omaha is because really those pediatric patients get sent to Omaha.
Sure.
So if you're in Lincoln, if you're in Hastings, Grand Island, and you're going to those hospitals, great hospitals, but they might not have the specialists
Yeah.
that we have here in town, so they're coming here.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just love your work, huh?
I love it so
I can
much.
tell.
I'm
You
so
just-
passionate about it. And it's cool too because our offices are in the house. And so every day, if I want a cup of coffee, I'm out there like talking with the families and you just learn to love them so much and you see them grow up. I mean, one of the families just came back and She was one of the first girls I met when I started my job, and now she's going to be 10 years old,
Yeah.
and it's just wild to see them grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald
Yeah.
House.
Yeah.
Tell me the connection to Ronald.
To what?
Because I've heard someone asked me, they were like, "Are they McDonald?" I'm like, "I don't think so." Because Jessica told me, she's
Yeah.
like, "They're not," but I don't know. So
Yeah, yeah,
how about
yeah.
give us
Let's
that.
clarify.
Let's clarify that a little bit.
Yeah, please. So the way the first house started was in Philadelphia in 1974. So we
Okay.
just celebrated 50 years globally.
Yay.
And at that time, there was a Philadelphia Eagles player who was trying to find housing to be able to stay for a sick kiddo that's a family friend. The Eagles had partnership with McDonald's at the time, and they said, let's do a Shamrock Shake fundraiser to raise money to build a house.
Yeah.
They did that, and so it was named Ronald McDonald House. Since then, we've kept the namesake in honor of that time. We also go out and really steward the relationships with the local owner-operators. So it's up to us to make sure that that partnership is intact. They can choose to give to us. We're really lucky that our owner-operators in Nebraska feel strongly about supporting our house.
Yeah.
But it is a relationship that we're stewarding. So
Sure.
there's no McNugget funnel of money coming from McDonald's, but they are a good supporter.
Sure.
But we are a local nonprofit, so we are fundraising in the community
Yeah.
to support the house.
Do people misunderstand that relationship a lot? Do you have to give this speech to other people?
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
but that's okay because it gives me an opportunity to clarify it.
Sure. Yeah.
And so it's important to us to know that the community is really funding us, and McDonald's is a part of that community for sure, and those
course.
owner-operators are, but really we rely on
Yeah.
the philanthropic nature of Omaha, Lincoln, all of Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get involved?
I, tale as old as time, you knew somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before this, I owned my own business in a very different industry, and I loved it, but fun fact, when you own your own business, it's really hard to make money for the first few years.
What?
I know. Breaking news. So I loved it, but I was like, this isn't sustainable for my husband and I at the time.
Sure.
So I just kind of put some feelers out for some friends, and somebody knew somebody, and they knew that they were hiring. And at that time, I was hired as a volunteer and event manager.
Okay.
So, so I jumped on board,
Yeah.
and I haven't looked back.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you've been there 9 years.
9 years.
Wow.
I know.
That's
So
amazing.
since 2016. And it was really exciting time to jump in because we had started a capital campaign to double in size. So the house that I started in, it looks very different now.
Yeah.
We went from 20 guest rooms to 40.
Wow.
We went from 20,000 square feet to 40,000 square feet
Yes.
and renovated every square inch of the house. So that was really fun to be part of too.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What would you say your guys' biggest challenges right now?
I think our biggest challenge is, well, I mean, you kind of hit on it a little bit, making sure people know that we're here to support the families and we're local, and
Yeah.
making sure that everybody understands that side of things. But also we just opened a day program inside the house. And so I had mentioned that in order to stay there, you had to live at least 35 miles away or more. And what that doesn't speak to is the local families that need resources and help and just a place to land during the day.
Sure. Yeah.
And so we are trying to get the word out to make sure that local families who have a pediatric or maternal health appointment can come in and use the day program space. That's a workout room, a sleeping room. We've
Sure.
got games for kids, toys for kids, a nutritional cafe,
Yeah.
all the things you would need during the day. So I think just making sure that word gets out for
That's
sure.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
What is so you came from, you owned your business and then you step into the nonprofit, corporate giving. What was that like?
It's been fun
Becoming
to
a
figure that out.
fundraiser.
Yeah, I love it. I've always been on the development team.
Okay.
So when I was doing volunteers and events, you really start to understand relationships
Yeah.
and how important those pieces are to
Yeah.
not only just having the support, but having the advocacy also. So as I was growing in my career, I told my bosses, I was like, I'm ready for more. Let's do this. And they said, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we kind of formed this position a little bit for me. Um,
Great.
Sorry, not sorry. And so I get to go to businesses and corporations and say, what do you guys want to do in the community? Let's see if this can be a good fit for you, for your team. We know it'll be a good fit for the community, so let's see if we can
Yeah.
align something. So that's what I'm loving doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's so fun.
it's so fun.
What what would you say is maybe a misunderstanding in the work you do, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think a common misunderstanding is that I'm coming in to ask for money. I mean, I might be, but also,
Sure.
really want to establish a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be a transactional conversation, relationship.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street. So
Mhm.
yes, you want to come in and help the families and help them make them feel like they're having a little normalcy, whatever that might be. But
Yeah.
at the same time, what are you looking for? What does your team enjoy doing? Let's get
Mm.
together and let's get creative.
Yeah.
So having those that ability to be flexible and creative, that's what I want to do and provide for businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so valuable in so many ways.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead.
No, I was going to say at the end of the day, it helps their bottom line too. It helps them retain the staff that they want. It helps people get excited about applying for those jobs. It shows that they care about the community. So really, I think it's a win-win-win.
Yeah. It is.
Take note.
It is. Tell me about the misunderstandings in the work you guys do in the community. So, like, when you think of families that have sick children, you know, what are some things maybe we just don't know about or assume or misunderstand?
Yeah, I think that in general, people tend to look at nonprofits and try to pit them against each other,
Mm.
and we just don't subscribe to that.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
We take a very collaborative approach with pretty much all of our partnerships.
Mm.
So we're working with Completely Kids. We're working with Horses Help. We're working with all these other nonprofits. A high tide raises all ships. So let's all get in this together and help the communities that need it the most.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like collaboration is always key.
Yeah. Because I think sometimes, yeah, especially in Omaha, it's so competitive and it can be that way.
Yeah, it can be.
Someone who's worked in it before,
Yeah.
seen it. I mean, why do you think that is?
I think people think Omaha's really small. And I
Sure.
think that people
Mm.
view the community as having two pockets.
Yeah.
And Omaha is awesome, and this goes for all of Nebraska, honestly, because
Yeah.
there's pockets everywhere, but it's bigger than you think, and there's people willing to help.
Yeah.
And it's not just one day a quarter, it's a lot of days and
Yeah.
it's a lot of people. And I think there's enough love to go around and enough support to go around. And I think if we work collaboratively with each other and for each other,
Yes.
then I think it'll all work out for everybody.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So tell me about the house a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, if I have a family living in, let's take Broken Bow,
Yeah.
right? And let's take that situation. Is there an application process? Is there a waiting list? Like, how does that all work?
The way that it works is when you get to a hospital and you're a new patient, you'll be assigned a social worker. And if you don't have a place to stay, you can't afford a hotel, something like that, that social worker will refer that family to the Ronald McDonald House. So they'll give our program team a call and say, hey, we have this family from Broken Bow. They don't have anywhere to stay for the next few
Yeah.
nights. Do you have room?
Okay.
Our program team is stellar, just
Yeah.
stellar. And so they work with the social workers at all the hospitals to make sure those families are getting into us. They welcome the families as soon as they get there. There's a little paperwork for intake, but the whole time that the families are with us, our program team has gone through extensive training to really understand the individual needs first. And then what your title is second. So yes, you might be a dad, you might be a caretaker, but what do you need in order to get through this day?
Yeah.
And our program team really sits with them and understands who they are. And it just brings a little bit of, I don't know, that humaneness and that, I don't know, just comfortability back into something that's really scary and traumatic that's happening.
Yeah.
And so our program team we we run 24/7. So
Wow.
we've always got somebody in the
Wow.
house to help with the families.
Yeah.
And so we really want to make it an experience where it might be scary and the hospitals are doing what they can do for you and your family, but let us pick up on the other end and help you emotionally and whatever you need spiritually or socially, and we can come in and help you with that.
What would you guys say is a picture of success?
From the development side?
Let's go program side, and then we'll go development.
I think success, it's a great question. I think success for the program team would be tied up a little bit in our hope scale. So we have a scale that families can fill out when they come in that says, essentially, how hopeful are you right now? How are you feeling? Let's get to the bottom of what your needs are in that area. And then when they check out to leave, we have them fill out the same thing. And I believe last year out of 5, we had like a 4.9 or something on the hope scale when people were leaving. So that is success because they felt supported, they felt heard, they felt seen. And that to us is a success.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that you have the hope scale. I love that.
Isn't that great?
That's great. I love that.
It feels good, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it's hard to measure that sometimes. So it's good that you have something that's measurable. Okay, what's the picture of success look on development side?
On development side, I think
Her eyes just lit
I
up.
was
She's like, ah, yay.
don't mind if I do. Having those partnerships in place to always come in and support the families with whatever that may be. So being able to have the volunteer groups come in and cook dinners at night for the families, having volunteer groups come in and do yard work, having our events filled and with sponsors who are there to rally and support the families. Making sure the campaigns are going off and receiving that feedback from people about, oh, I didn't know you guys were here or something like that. So just those touch points, whether it is awareness, whether it is fundraising, whatever that might be, there's a lot of success tied up in that too, I think.
How are you guys funded mainly? What are your buckets?
Our buckets are grants and major gifts.
Okay.
We've got events. So our 3 big events throughout the year, and then some third-party events as well. Individual giving, and then, smaller gifts after that too. So those are kind of the big 3 buckets.
So no state funds, no federal funding,
No.
not really.
No, no. It's a little bit of a tricky path.
It is.
There's a lot.
You're not wrong.
Not a lot of. We've tried before. I don't know if it's clicked necessarily for us yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different world.
Yeah. If you have thoughts, please share.
Don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There are some groups that know the world. I mean, if you don't know it, we all know our worlds, right? And it's like, kind of stick to what you know. And
Yeah.
especially right now. I mean, things are up in the air on some things, and it's definitely challenging. But
Yeah. It's a lot of hoops.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a lot of hoops. Tell us about your events.
Okay.
Yay.
The first one's in 2 days. I don't know when this is getting released, but it's
Don't know if
in
we'll
2
get up in
days.
2 days, but maybe. I don't know.
Yes. So we do a gala in Lincoln called Wings and Wheels, and it's held at Silverhawk Aviation, Atlantic Aviation's hangar. And we bring in private planes and luxury cars, and it's disco themed. So I don't know what you're doing Friday night, but disco theme.
Probably taking care of my toddler.
Right,
I don't
okay.
know.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll bring my toddler in a disco theme. No, it's probably not allowed.
Shirt. But that's been an incredible fundraiser. This is our 4th year doing it in Lincoln, and Lincoln's really rallied around us, which we could not be more excited about.
Yeah.
So that's our first one of the year. Our second one is another Wings and Wheels gala in September 12th in Omaha, and that's at Signature Aviation just behind Epley. So same thing, we bring in private planes, luxury cars, some delicious food, some cocktails.
Are we flying these planes, or what are we doing?
I am not. I'm going to sit on one. Do you have your license?
I know. I just was wondering, what are we doing with these
time.
planes?
You've got time to get that, I think. So those are really cool. And
Mm,
Omaha's been going on for maybe 10 or 12 years. And
okay.
it's our largest fundraiser. So
Okay.
that's a really fun one. About 400 people come. It's a great event. And then we also do a sporting clays tournament in October.
Okay.
So that one we go out to Brainerd, Nebraska at Oak Creek Sporting Club.
Mm.
And we have 2 days of teams that go out and shoot the course.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very fun.
That's
Very different
so
than Wings and
exciting.
Wheels.
That's so exciting. We'll
Yeah,
get the information, the detailed information out here in a second.
right.
And but those are amazing.
Yeah.
You guys are definitely event heavy.
Yeah, we are. And it's something that I think we're always taking into consideration
Sure.
because it's, are people moving more towards events? Are we moving away from
Sure.
events? Let's make sure that it stays relevant
Yeah.
and fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
What does the Ronald McDonald House Charities look like in 7 years?
Ooh, 7. That's a specific number.
Very specific. Seven and a
Don't quote me
half.
on this.
7.5.
It's been interesting because we have been full a lot in the last year or
Mm.
so. So like I mentioned, we have 40 rooms, so 40 families a night.
Okay.
Right now in the house, we have about 35 families, so
Oh, wow.
we're close to capacity.
Wow.
Um, and for us, we're really a support arm of the hospitals. So when the hospitals are busy, we tend to get busy.
Yeah.
And we have to kind of go with the flow of the hospitals, and they are not slowing down. They're busy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's something that we're really taking into consideration, and we are putting together a task force to kind of make
Okay.
those decisions about what's next for us.
Yeah.
Currently, our house is on South 38th Avenue, right next to Nebraska Medicine. So
Okay.
we're technically on Nebraska Medicine's campus.
Okay.
So we are landlocked.
Yeah.
Our expansion really took us right to the
Yeah.
last inch there. So it's something that we're seriously thinking about and talking about for the future. And that we're hoping that task force can really guide us and the board of directors to make those next pretty big decisions for the house.
That's exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would a business that maybe has not gotten into the charitable world, what are they missing out on?
Yeah.
Because I meet a lot of them,
Great. Send them my way.
and not a lot. They'll say, "Well, we haven't really done anything with nonprofits. We haven't really sponsored anything. What can they expect? What kind of benefit can they receive?"
Yeah, it's a great question, and something that's actually in my goals for this year is talking specifically about small businesses, and they don't really have the CSR programs that some
Sure.
of the larger people in town do, but how can we get in and fit with their needs? Maybe they're not making a $10,000 gift, but what options can we give them to start them getting involved and start that community engagement program within their team? Maybe it's just 2 employees, maybe it's 10,
Yeah.
but we can start making those options available for them. So something small like a $5 monthly gift, start that employee giving mentality.
Yeah.
Is there volunteer opportunities that they can come to the house that they can start, seeing the impact that they have immediately. So I think just, again, getting creative with options despite or regardless of how big your team is or what your annual budget is, we are there for the community. So we can figure out something together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. There's
So
so
good.
many ways that I feel like businesses can, and I did a lot of stuff that you did. I mean,
Yeah.
but I saw number one, the engagement with the staff, I think is huge, right? Like corporate employee engagement together, creating experiences together. Obviously, from a branding side, I mean, people, I believe, do care when companies get involved. I do believe that, and it's incredibly valuable.
I
Anything
think from both a consumer standpoint and an employee
and an
standpoint.
employee standpoint,
Yeah.
absolutely, especially an employee. I almost see it more in the employee side too. It's like, what are we doing as a team? What are we doing as a company? We're not just collecting checks and going, how can we give back? How can we get involved? Anything else you want to share before we kind of get into the details?
I don't think so. I am loving this.
Yeah.
So we can keep talking for a few
We'll
more
just keep going
hours.
for a
I don't know what the rest of your day looks like, but
Mike, our editor and producer, would kill me.
He's gonna be like, I'm out.
I've learned to stay within my time frame because sometimes we'll go a little long.
That's
so.
funny. Yeah, I think, for people to find out more, they can follow us on social media. We have a lot going on there. We've got our website that's got all of our events listed. We have some smaller
What's
events.
your website?
rmhcomaha.org.
Make sure we get that.
Thank you.
rmhc.org.
Yeah, Omaha.
Omaha.
Yes.
RH.
RMHC Omaha.
Sorry, I'm messing it up.
Just listen to me.
Omaha. Omaha.org. Love it.
Yes. So we've got some smaller events that are listed too. We do it's like a putt-putt bar crawl in Blackstone. It's called Blackstone Open, so that's kind of fun.
Are you leading
in
the bar crawl?
August.
Are
What's
you
that?
the bar crawl leader? Are you leading it from the front?
Down Blackstone. There's Emily
Someone's got to
again.
lead the bar crawl. Someone's got to lead it from the front.
It's Emily again. Yeah, so we have really fun events like that. We
That's
do a
fun.
Bloody Mary Fest out at Werner Park.
my
So
goodness.
lots of fun things happening.
It's so fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to come to the bar crawl if
Yeah.
my wife lets me.
Oh,
Awesome. Anything else? So you got all those events happening. Check them out on the website.
Yes.
Anything else?
The last thing I'll mention is just our wish list. We have a large pantry in the house that really makes sure that no families go without food.
Yes.
And so having the accessibility to food and availability is really important, especially for families who might get life flighted to the hospital and they show up and they're like, we haven't eaten in 12 hours. And
Yep.
we've got mac and cheese, we've got cereal, we've got granola. Like, let's just have the staples available for these families so they don't have to think about it. So every Wednesday on our social media, we put out our urgent needs. It might be trash bags, it might be sugar, it might be coffee, things like that you have in your own home and you don't really think too much about. You add it to your Walmart order or something.
Yeah.
But in our home, we need that times 40.
That's good.
So things like that are a huge, huge help to us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, guys, make sure you check that out and check out the website for Ronald McDonald House Omaha. And Emily, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was so fun.
Yeah, super fun. Thanks for being here. And guys, as you're listening, number one, if you have a business, own a business, run a nonprofit, whatever, connect with them. They're doing amazing work and incredible work for the community, incredible brand. And check them out and attend one of those events. If you want to go on a bar crawl, do it.
We've got that for
I haven't done that for a while, but hey, always up for it.
You got to stretch it out for that.
Thanks, guys. And we'll be back here with another nonprofit guest here in about a week. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.